Welcome back. We are going to get into the good stuff now. As you can see, I'm throwing out a bunch of crouching kicks, which are more than meets the eye, like Transformers. As you can see, I am buffering the first two jabs of the demon input into crouching forward or crouching roundhouse. Using the 3-input method, now we only have one input left, and that's what we've already discussed. And that would be back, short, fierce. Now, you see me hitting all three punches on the input display only because it's easier for my muscle memory. I can function better hitting all the punches. But it's not required. Now you're probably asking, why are you even buffering into a crouching kick? What does this do? Well, it lowers your hitbox, okay? Which is what makes it great for an anti-air. Now, roundhouse or forward is sort of personal preference. My finger's more comfortable with forward, so that's what I do. As you can see there, Ryu jumped in and I lowered my hitbox with a crouching medium kick or hard kick, which caused me to avoid getting kicked by his foot. And then, of course, the Ultra invincibility frames take over at that point, so I don't get kicked. See, his leg's right through me, and it does absolutely nothing. That's because I'm lowering my hitbox and then going right into the demon. So, technically, his foot is never touching me. Now, don't do the super, as I've already mentioned here, because you're going to get kicked. Just stick with the Ultra for anti-air demon. Now, it doesn't have to be just a jumping kick. Your opponent can do a hurricane kick, air tatsu towards you, and same result. You can avoid Bison's head stomp or devil's reverse, you know, anything like that where it's an air attack. It's a good chance you can probably find a way to anti-air demon. Here I just did a standing roundhouse buffer on a neutral jumping opponent. Now, it's not going to be as easy as it seems here, so keep that in mind. You really have to form a plan of attack because your opponent's not going to just jump in the air endlessly like he's doing here. You can also anti-air a cross-up, and to be honest, this is really sketchy. It's pretty difficult to do. The only advice I would give you is that you perform the input, or start performing it, before they cross over your head. Reversal demons, they're very important to Street Fighter 4. Reversal anything really, but a demon especially. Now, if you can perform a reversal demon, it's sort of like a kick in the nuts to your opponent if they have nuts anyway. So you can perform them any way you want. You can do any shortcut or just the standard demon inputs, and you can do it. But there is a shortcut, yet another one, and I call this the plink, and I think actually everybody calls it a plink, and it involves you doing that weird little fast motion there, and it's essentially two inputs, and I'll show you why. As you can see, I'm rolling my fingers across jab, strong, and fierce, all within quick succession, kind of like you're bored at school and you're rolling them over your desk. Now I'm talking about there's one frame in between each button press, so jab, strong, fierce very quickly. And what you see in the input display is that it registers jab and then jab, strong, fierce. So you're essentially getting two jabs for the price of one, thus making it a 2-input demon instead of a 3, because you don't have to hit jab twice. And then of course, you know, the second input would be, you know, back, strong, fierce, or now you don't have to plink jab, strong, fierce. You can do just jab, strong, but the room for error is higher. What jab, strong, fierce plink does is if you hit jab and strong at the same time by chance, you're still going to get two jabs because you have the fierce that's plinked onto it. So that's pretty much just to cover up all avenues for failure, or at least most of them. Yeah. That's me reversing some Blanca balls, which are suddenly made a lot easier with the plink. If you are unsure about your reversal, you can set the training dummy to jump after you perform it. And if they don't jump out, then that means you did a good job. You can do this with all sorts of special moves, ultras and supers that you block. You can also do it on Wake Up, but I might recommend mashing that one out. As you can see, Balrog, oh, what cream, or whatever he says, I don't know. Cammy's like, oh, I'm gonna kick you, and I'm like, oh, no, you're not, bitch. Demon! Demon. And in some cases, you might want to reverse with the super. Of course, that's all based on your matchup knowledge, and I'm sure you'll figure it out. I called this Shenanigans because I don't really know what to call it. There's just so many uses for the demon. Such as this Kara demon. You apply the same buffer setup, but you buffer the demon inputs into an overhead chop. This allows you to perform a demon without jabbing your opponent in the face. And it's generally more useful for super because it's a 0-frame grab, like I had said. Now the Ultra, that's kind of like Scrubby Tactic, Kara-ing Ultra right in their face. I mean, it might work once or twice, but it's dumb. There's a Demon Flip Palm, and once again you buffer. Buffer, that's the word of the day, folks. You throw out that palm in the air, and then you buffer the jabs while you're still in the air. And then when you land, you do the demon input. The last one, you know, back short fierce or forward short fierce rather. Because you're probably going to want to use super for this. You can get a lot of different mix-up opportunities using the Demon Flip Palm into super. You can see here, some more Shenanigans. Hence why I called it Shenanigans. Ah, you catching on? Like I said, don't use Ultra. You're going to look so scrubby if you do that. I've done it, trust me, and I felt dumb afterwards, so don't. If Ryu crouch blocks your standing roundhouse, the second kick will whiff, and in this case, you've seen me cancel into a demon after the second kick whiffs. Now, if performed right, he will not be able to escape, as you've seen there. And Ryu can get savvy to that, so be careful. There I am doing a red fireball, focus cancel into traditional anti-air demon. Now, he thought it was safe to jump, but obviously it wasn't, so that was tricky. Shenanigans! Look at that. Now that's a little bit of mirror match knowledge. I've played so many of them, believe me. Buffer that demon into that roundhouse. I get caught with this all the time because West is an asshole. Fuck that guy. But yeah, it's really good. I mean, not even just for air fireballs, but any move in the air, you could probably do it. If they throw out an early jump back roundhouse, for instance. Now here's a little Edma PhD trick, which I used to overuse. And essentially, EX Tatsu in the air, you land and you do a demon, and it'll go through most normals that they throw out. But the problem with this is if you're fighting another Akuma, they have the same luxury. So I'm going to set the record here, and I'm going to mash out demon. And as you can see, since Akuma can cancel any normal into a demon, that I was on the losing end of the stick that time, and you know that never feels good, so be careful. Of course you can do the Suji demon, but I'm honestly not good enough, and that took me about 300 tries to even get that, so yeah. So I guess that's pretty much all you need to know about a Raging Demon to be successful. So I'm just gonna show you what you shouldn't do. Or maybe you should do if you were insane. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.